Have you ever finished an entire day without doing anything important, yet somehow you feel completely exhausted? You didn't run a marathon. You didn't lift heavy weights. Maybe you barely even left your room, but your mind feels like it has been carrying the weight of the entire world. If that's you, stay with me, because the real reason you're exhausted isn't what you think. Most people believe tiredness comes from working too hard, but the truth is, your body isn't the thing that's exhausted. Your mind is. Every unfinished task, every decision you keep delaying, every worry you carry silently steals a little bit of your energy until there's nothing left. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every single day. At first, it feels manageable, but each day, someone secretly adds another stone. One stone of anxiety, one stone of guilt, one stone of comparison. Eventually, you forget what it feels like to walk without the weight. The strange part is your brain doesn't know the difference between running from a tiger and worrying about tomorrow. Every fearful thought activates the same survival system. Your heart races, your muscles tighten, your brain burns energy, even while you're lying perfectly still. That's why scrolling on your phone for hours doesn't actually make you feel rested. Your fingers may stop moving, but your brain never does. Every notification becomes another decision. Every video becomes another comparison. Every headline becomes another invisible burden your mind has to carry. The biggest lie you've ever believed is this: I'll rest after I finish everything. But life never finishes giving you problems. If you don't learn how to protect your energy today, tomorrow will steal even more of it. And that is where your transformation begins. Think of your energy like water inside a bucket. Every morning, life fills that bucket with fresh energy. But what if tiny holes were leaking it all day long? You wouldn't notice them at first, until one day, the bucket is empty before lunchtime. That's exactly what happens to your mind. The first leak is overthinking. You replay yesterday's mistakes, imagine tomorrow's disasters, and completely miss today. Hours pass. Nothing changes. But your brain acts as if you've been fighting a battle all day. You don't lose energy because life is hard. You lose it because your mind never gets permission to stop. The second leak is comparison. Every time you compare your beginning to someone else's highlight reel, your confidence quietly disappears. Suddenly, your own progress feels invisible. You forget how far you've come because you're too busy measuring someone else's journey. Did you know your brain makes thousands of decisions every single day? What to wear, what to eat, which message to answer, which video to watch next. One decision doesn't seem like much, but thousands of tiny choices slowly drain your mental battery until even simple tasks feel impossible. Many people think they're resting, but they're actually escaping. There's a difference. Rest gives you energy back. Escape only distracts you from feeling tired. Hours of endless scrolling, binge-watching, or mindless distractions may entertain you, but they rarely recharge you. The strongest people aren't the ones who never get tired. They're the ones who know where their energy goes. They protect their attention. They choose their battles carefully because they understand one powerful truth. Your attention is your life. Whatever you give it to will either build you or slowly break you. Here's something that sounds impossible, but it's true. Sometimes, doing nothing is more exhausting than working hard. Why? Because when your body is still, but your mind refuses to stop, you're fighting an invisible battle that never ends. Imagine leaving your car engine running all night. The car doesn't move an inch, but by morning, the fuel tank is nearly empty. Your mind works the same way. Endless worrying, replaying conversations, and imagining worst-case scenarios quietly burn through your energy, even while you're doing absolutely nothing. Most people spend their lives trapped between two places that don't even exist. Yesterday, full of regret. Tomorrow, full of fear. And because their attention is never in today, they never experience peace. The present moment becomes a place they only visit for a few seconds at a time. The hardest prison isn't made of steel bars. It's made of thoughts. Every excuse you repeat, every fear you believe, every doubt you accept becomes another invisible bar around your life. The worst part? Most people never realize they're the ones holding the key. Imagine two workers carrying the exact same pile of bricks. The first one complains with every step, thinking only about how impossible the journey feels. The second quietly focuses on placing one brick after another, knowing each one brings him closer to building something meaningful. By sunset, both are tired, but only one feels fulfilled. The difference wasn't the work, it was the mindset. The moment you stop asking, "Why am I always tired?" and start asking, "Where is my energy going?" everything changes. Because exhaustion isn't always a lack of strength. Sometimes, it's simply a sign that you've been investing your energy in the wrong places for far too long. Now imagine waking up tomorrow with one simple decision: to stop fighting every battle inside your head. Not because your problems disappeared, but because you finally realized that your peace is worth protecting. The strongest people aren't those who carry everything. They're the ones who know what to put down. Rule number 1. Guard your morning. The first hour after you wake up is like wet cement. Whatever touches it leaves a mark. If the first thing you feed your mind is bad news, endless notifications, or social media, don't be surprised when your entire day feels heavy. Protect your mornings, and you'll protect your energy. Rule number 2. Do one hard thing first. Your brain loves comfort, but your confidence grows from action. Every morning, choose one difficult task and finish it before anything else. You'll be amazed how one small victory changes the way you walk, think, and face the rest of the day. Rule number 3. Learn to be still. Most people are afraid of silence because silence forces them to hear their own thoughts. But silence isn't your enemy. It's where your mind finally catches its breath. Just 5 quiet minutes each day can calm a storm that's been raging inside you for years. Rule number 4. Stop chasing everything. You don't need to do more. You need to do what matters. Every time you say yes to something meaningless, you're saying no to your dreams, your health, or your peace. Focus isn't about doing everything. It's about refusing what doesn't deserve your energy. The secret of calm people. Have you ever noticed that truly calm people don't necessarily have easier lives? They simply stopped giving every thought permission to stay. They let worries come, and they let them go, like clouds passing through the sky. Peace isn't found by controlling life. It's found by controlling your attention. The mirror moment. One day, you have to stop blaming life and stand in front of the mirror, not to criticize yourself, but to ask one honest question: am I tired because life is heavy, or because I've been carrying things that were never mine to carry? That single question has the power to change everything. So many people spend their entire lives chasing approval. They work harder to impress strangers than to make themselves proud. Every compliment, every opinion becomes another chain around their freedom. But the day you stop living for applause, you finally hear your own voice. Have you ever noticed how you could spend 3 hours scrolling and still feel exhausted, but spend 3 hours doing something meaningful and feel alive? That's because purpose creates energy. Meaning fuels the human spirit in a way comfort never can. People wait for motivation before they act. Successful people act before motivation arrives. They understand a powerful secret. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. One tiny step today is worth more than 1,000 perfect plans that never leave your mind. Imagine meeting yourself 5 years from today. Would that future version thank you? Or ask why you kept waiting? Every day you spend trapped in fear is a day your future quietly disappears. Time isn't just passing. It's making a decision with or without you. Right now, at this very moment, you have 2 choices. Continue living on autopilot, letting distractions steal your days, or take back control of your attention, your energy, and your future. The choice won't change your life overnight, but it will change the direction of your life forever. Imagine an old lamp standing alone in a dark room. Every night, it gives its light to everyone around it. Slowly, quietly, the oil inside begins to run out. One evening, the lamp flickers, then almost goes out. Not because it was weak, but because it kept giving without ever being refilled. Somewhere along the way, you started believing that resting meant being lazy. But that's a lie. Your phone needs charging. Your car needs fuel. Even the strongest machines stop to cool down. So why do you expect yourself to keep going without ever allowing your mind to breathe? The greatest battle of your life isn't against other people. It's against the voice inside your own head. The voice that whispers, "You're too late. You're not good enough. Maybe tomorrow." But here's the truth. That voice has been wrong before. You don't have to believe everything you think. Imagine waking up tomorrow, not with fewer problems, but with a stronger mind. Imagine opening your eyes knowing that your peace doesn't depend on perfect circumstances. It depends on the choices you make. Because every sunrise quietly asks you one question: who will you become today? One day, years from now, you won't remember how many hours you spent scrolling. You won't remember the notifications or the endless worries. You'll remember the moments when you finally believed in yourself. The day you stood up, the day you took the first step, the day you stopped surviving and finally started living. So, if you've been feeling exhausted, don't ask yourself, "Why am I so tired?" Ask, "What is stealing my energy?" Because the moment you protect your attention, you protect your future. The moment you master your mind, you master your life. And remember, your greatest strength has never been how much you can carry. It's knowing what to let go. Your story isn't over. In fact, it's just beginning. If you're ready to take control of your life, subscribe for more stories that make you stronger, one step at a time.